Pets V2 was released over 4 months ago, and ever since then there's been a pretty big controversy about a specific item, and this item is called a tier boost, and when putting this item on a pet, it increases the rarity of the pet by 1. What this also means is that you can never put another pet item on it again unless you want to remove your tier boost, and this has caused quite a bit of controversy around a specific pet called the Ender Dragon pet. Today we are going to be looking at a tier boosted Ender Dragon and a normal Ender Dragon to see the differences and whether it is worth it to get a non-tier boosted Ender Dragon. This is by far the most expensive video I will probably ever make. The first thing we should be talking about is the value of each of these things. A normal level 100 Ender Dragon would set you back about 550 million coins. That's absolutely insane. And a tier boosted one, level 100, would only set you back around 280 million coins, around that. They go up and down a bit depending on the value of a tier boost. So as you can see here, this one is holding a tier boost and this one is holding an Antique Remedies. And an Antique Remedies increases the pet's strength by 80%. So as you can see here, this pet gives 90 strength while this pet gives 50 strength. And that means that this pet is going to deal more damage, and that is the only difference between these two pets. Before we talk about whether this 300 million coin difference is actually worth it, let's go and test out the damage of these pets. For consistency, I'm going to be using the aspect of the end again. This is so that the damage is the exact same every time I hit the mob, because any sword that's reforged with Fabled will deal random damage every time, so that's not very good for testing out. So first we're going to be trying a tier boosted one. Let's see how much damage this can deal. 258,000. Let's check again to make sure that's normal. 257, 257. Alright, so it's 257. Now, if we swap to a real Ender Dragon, 273. Okay, that's bigger of a difference than I thought. It's actually a decently sized difference. Around 20,000 more damage almost. That's pretty good. So as you can see there, a real Ender Dragon with Antique Remedies on right now only deals around 10% more damage total, which is pretty good. It's quite a big substantial difference, but is it worth 300 million coins? One thing I wanted to talk about is how the real Ender Dragon is going to be worth even more over time. Every time they add better pet items, people with tier boosted Ender Dragons are not going to be able to use them, while people with real Ender Dragons will be able to. So one day, if they add an insanely powerful pet item, you will be very happy to have a real Ledger Ender Dragon. Another thing I wanted to test out was killing a Revenant tier 4 boss. These things used to be terrifying, but now they're hardly a challenge. So let's see how easy it is to kill it with an Ender Dragon plus full Tuxedo. Also, Tux only gets 250 health, so it's very possible we might die. The next thing we kill will spawn the boss, so I want to get in a wall. That's so funny. We killed it in like... oh my god, that is insane. Let's see how quick it was to kill it. 2 seconds to kill the boss. That's hilarious. In conclusion, all in all, I would say it is worth it to get a real Ender Dragon, especially now that more and more pet items are getting released. It's going to be more and more important to actually be able to use them. But if you can't afford it, a tier boost is alright, and if you can't afford that, I'd recommend getting a Wither Skeleton pet. I made a video on that a while ago. I'll put it up in the top right here. Anyway, if you enjoyed that video, make sure to subscribe. I'm making more and more videos. I'm trying to daily upload for as long as possible, so let's see how well that goes. I'm like 4 days in, I'm already wanting to die. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.